going on, everybody? Joey Hadid here for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your news, your local community. Good morning, sports fans. Thank you for tuning in to Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your sports, your news, your local community. This is Joseph Hadid. It is Friday, March 29th, 2024, ladies and gentlemen. Good Friday, that is, TGIF, and happy Easter, ladies and gentlemen, for this upcoming weekend, for all of you that celebrate. And also, ladies and gentlemen, Major League Baseball season has just got underway and started as of yesterday. And also the UFL football game, the UFL football season, ladies and gentlemen, also gets underway starting tomorrow as the season debut begins. So that'll be very interesting. So we have a lot of sports going on this weekend, folks. A lot of sports. You're talking about NBA. You're talking about Major League Baseball. You're talking about UFL. You're talking about UFC boxing events going on. NHL hockey. You know, a lot is going on this upcoming weekend. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, Joseph Hadid. We're going to go over what transpired this past week for you in sports, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to start off with some NBA news as the Minnesota Timberwolves are no longer for sale, says owner Glen Taylor. The ownership transfer of the Minnesota Timberwolves slammed to a halt when Glen Taylor declared on Thursday he won't take the final step of his drawn-out $1.5 billion deal to hand Mark Lore and Alex Rodriguez the majority stake because they didn't meet all of the deadlines in the sale conditions. Lore and Rodriguez, who agreed to the purchase nearly 3 years ago, strongly disputed Taylor's stance. They said he simply had cold feet about letting go. In quotes, we went through the process and I spent a lot of time. We've got a really good team. We've got a lot of good things going for us. I enjoy it and I'm healthy enough to do this, Taylor said in an interview with the Associated Press after the announcement. I don't need money, so I think I'll just keep running it and enjoy it. I like my coach, I like my staff. This way everybody gets to keep their jobs and I'll be happy. Alright, let's move over to some NFL news. Rees-Zammit's rugby-to-the-NFL dream edges closer, but huge obstacles remain. If ever there was a time, if ever there was a place for Rees-Zammit to chase his NFL dream, this is it. The former Welsh Rugby Union star is reportedly nearing a deal to join the Kansas City Chiefs, the back-to-back Super Bowl champions. Rees-Zammit is likely to join the team for their annual training camp, a kind of extended trial as he learns the rigors of the NFL. He will join a 90-man training camp roster that will eventually be whittled down to 53, with 16 further places up for grabs on the practice squad. In effect, a reserve team. This season also marks the first time the teams will have an extra spot available on the practice squad, carved out for players who have come through the league's International Player Pathway program. Since the IPP was introduced, 37 international players have signed with teams and 18 remain on the rosters. In other words, there is still a long way to go for Rees-Zammit, even though this is a promising start. The transition from rugby to the NFL is fierce. The complexities of the position and playbooks are tough for even some of the best college players to grasp. And no franchise runs a sophisticated system as the Chiefs. EASHL Season 3 Club Final winners have been announced. The World of Chal Season 3 Club Finals have come to a close, and with it, the Pro and Elite Cup Global Champions have been revealed. The PS4 and Xbox One EASHL winners were the Goonie 5 and Royals back. The PS5 and Xbox X winners were Team RP and Donda Academy. None of the defending champions from season 2 were able to repeat. All 4 of the winning teams went a perfect 16-0 and finished first based on XP. Goonie 5, Royals, Back, Team RP, and Danda Academy are your S3 champions. MLB's new managers are adjusting to jobs as opening day gets underway pretty much. Joe Espada has worked for an impressive group of managers. Espada was an assistant for 3 managers who have won a World Series in Joe Girardi's, AJ Hinch, and Dusty Baker, before becoming a skipper for the first time after the Houston Astros hired him following Baker's retirement this offseason. As Espada, again, who made his managerial debut yesterday on Thursday, again when the Astros opened their season home opener against the New York Yankees, one of his former bosses had some advice for the 48-year-old. In quotes, he just needs to be himself and not to try to be any of the managers that he worked under, Hinch said. He's going to find his own way, his own path. His instincts are great. His work ethic is great. His relationship with the players is great. I encourage him to be himself and make the decisions he wants to make. Espada is one of the 8 managers who are either new or managing new teams in 2024. He joins Cleveland's Stefan Vogt and the Mets' Carlos Mendoza as first-time managers this season. IPL 2024. How the Sunrisers Hyderabad smashed the IPL barrier against Mumbai Indians. On a night that saw the record for the highest score in IPL being eclipsed, it all boiled down to nerves. Sunrisers Hyderabad gave their faithful at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium plenty to cheer with their 277 for 3, riding on the batting brilliance of Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma, and Heinrich Callison, and being snuffed out a Jillian chase by restricting Mumbai Indians to 246/5 and won by 31 runs under the pump after deciding to field Hydrick, Pandya and company launched an equally blistering counter-attack, with Asian Kishian leading the charge on a Wednesday, when Hyderabad or Hyderabadi seemed to be the flavor. They seem to be the flavor of the day, or favor of the day, that is. Thakur Tilak Verma 64-34B kept Mumbai in the game, but the chase proved a tall order in a match that produced 523 runs. Callison hit a 34-ball unbeaten 80, along with a record half centuries from Head 62 off 24B and Abhishek Sharma 63 off 23 as the hosts ran the Mumbai attack ragged. Head made Mumbai Indians pay for a drop chance by scoring the third joint fastest IPL 50 in 18 balls before Abhishek battered it in a span of minutes with a 16-ball half century. The hosts surpassed the previous record of 263/5 by Royal Challengers Belligeri against Pune Warriors in 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great weekend. Happy Easter to everybody that celebrates out there. Hit the like button, subscribe, share it out. Let everybody know what Worldwide Sport Updates is all about. For your daily sports updates, this is your host, Joseph Hadid, for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your sports, your news, your local community. Have yourself a have yourself a great weekend. Take care of each other, and we will see each other next Friday. This is Joseph Hadid signing off